Hey everybody, Sam here. Today I wanted to kind of look at the best wind units in the game. I know I did a tier list before, and again, there was like one of these comments that said that, you know, tier lists aren't really useful because every map is different, right? Like I said in that video. And the type of units you need for each challenge in this game are very, very different. So instead of that, we'll just do like an overview of the units of each element. So I think that wind is probably one of the most strongest elements in the game right now. They have access to two holy brawlers in both Lucian, if he will load, and Yomi. But not only that, they have some good ranged options as well in Elmira. And they also have pretty good, like, just beefy characters that do a lot of damage in Sita and Flammel, who gets a bad rap, but at J2, he is a magic swordsman with both Divine Shelter and Magic Attack up. So he's actually a pretty solid unit at job 2. There's also Poland, who brings a ton of buffs and, you know, has a map-wide AoE. And finally, of course, there's Bolt, the one-shot. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going for wind, but the only problem is that it takes a ton of investment. Yomi doesn't really get good until job 3. Lucian is okay at job 2, but doesn't really shine until job 3. Rahu job plus makes her be 75. Elmira is good at job 3, and Sita gains a lot of versatility once she's job 3. The cheapest unit to make is probably Flammel, who needs job 2. So yeah, Wind, probably one of the strongest units, but also probably one of the most expensive elements as well. So one of the things I kind of wanted to do with these sort of like mono teams is kind of like run them through a test scenario. And we have a great map to do that on now, which is Vela's hard mode. So we will jump right into that, and I'll tell you which units I'm picking and kind of give you why I'm picking them. So we'll hop into the event right here. Sound of Bells, hard mode. So we're going to be using Sita for her leader skill. She gives us 30% HP and 20% physical attack. I think her leader skill is very, very strong. I think it's the best wind leader skill right now. Mainly because it is a combination of both damage and survivability. Next, I'm using Yomi. I think Yomi is a fantastic holy brawler. I think Lucian's probably a little bit better than her, mainly because he has access to Feral Kid, which gives him some more agility if he really needs it. But I still think Yomi is great, and I think Ninja Step is fantastic. For our support, we're using Rahu. I think Rahu is the best support in the game right now. Having access to magical momentum makes her way better than any other Chronomancer we have right now. Also, her subs are very good as well. She has Enchanter sub as well as Bishop sub. So she's all around fantastic support. And if you can get Rahu Job Plus, I definitely recommend it. And then finally, we're throwing a ranged in here, Elmira. I don't think Elmira is the best range. I think other elements have better ranged units, such as Karis, Magnus, Albea, Fung. Yeah, Fung is really good. Probably do a separate video on that. But I still think she's very solid. Being a sniper, she has a lot of use in our meta currently. So these are the 4 units we'll be using, and let's see how it goes. Man, these load screens are killing me. I hate load screens. So we'll put this on auto just to make things interesting. I hope this goes well. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, if I would probably want to use Bolt as well. His dodge is pretty useful. Also, another option is Flammel, because again, he is super tanky with his Divine Shelter, and he does do decent damage when you give him the magic attack up. And he also gets access to a counter because of Mage as well. Sita here is going to be, I feel like she's going to be an all-star, mainly because she has access to water damage. The main thing about wind units is that they don't have access to, like, damage outside their element that often, so it makes units like Sita, Flammel, and I guess Ninja Yomi a little bit more valuable. But then again, I don't really think the ninja skills are really that great, because a lot of the times they all scale off magic attack, and you know, none of them are really magic units, so you can't really get the full effect out of them. So the one thing that kind of sucks is that on auto, Yomi is never going to sharpen. So she might just get wrecked by this dog. So with this, with Sita's LS though, it actually makes Rahu and Almira a lot more tankier than they normally would be, which is kind of nice. Get him, Almira. So it's kind of, it's great that she's just like, this Rahu is just funneling all her overclocks right into Almira. She's getting to put in a lot of work before she dies. Oh, what a miss! How did that happen? So the nice thing about Maelstrom is that it's an AoE that also just ignores your allies as well. I know that's like, I know it's like a small point, but you know, when it does come up, it's really nice that it doesn't hit your allies. Let's see what happens now. I'm kind of worried because sort of the most annoying units are still alive. But my entire team is alive too. So let's see what happens. Oh man, Yomi took a lot of abuse, and that's why Holy Rollers are so good. They do a lot of damage, and they like have tons of HP, so they just survive for longer than they should. Oh man, that Sita damage is really good. I really think Sita was an underrated unit when she came out. I think she's very strong. Oh man, the music's getting epic. Will our heroes prevail? One Cerberus, 3 wind units. Wind waifus? I don't think Rahu's a waifu. Yeah, I don't think Rahu's a waifu. Get him with the auto. Rahu, such a hero. Well, I'm very glad that worked out. I kind of was worried that this team would not be able to survive that map. But they did, so that's fantastic for us. So again, just a quick recap of wind units as a whole. Again, I think the element is very, very strong, and I think there's a lot of units that do a lot of things really well, right? Outside of the Holy Brawlers, you have good magic attack options in both Flammel and Hazuki. Yeah, Hazuki catches a lot of flack, but she does have access to Mage and Enchanter. It sucks that later on that she doesn't get Sage Plus like Vanicus, but for our uses now, she could be pretty decent. Bolt is great, just being able to one-shot things, and also he could dodge and survive as well, so he has a decent bit of survivability. I think the Bruisers are fantastic. I've said this before. Yomi, Lucian, Sita. I think they're all fantastic units. They do a lot of damage, and they can take a lot of damage. Rahu, best support in the game. Poland, being the only Bard Plus, she has access to that map-wide AoE, and also bringing a ton of buffs. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like the content that I create. And I hope I see you guys soon. Catch you later.